Welcome back. So today I got Boob Bank Roll in the building.
For sure.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Definitely.
So he's going to, enlighten us, give us some inspiration. He's going to tell us about his brand. Because he has a clothing line. He's an artist. He does a lot of things. So we're going to get into that. So how are you today? Thank you so much for coming.
Great. Thank you for having me. It's
Thank
a pleasure.
you. Yes,
pleasure.
absolutely.
And I mean that sincerely.
Thank you. I mean, you could have went anywhere to tell your story, but you decided to come here. So
For sure.
I appreciate that.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
So you from Philly?
Yes, raised and born in Philadelphia.
Okay. What part?
I'm from Germantown. I was raised and born in Germantown on Chew and Shout and Woodlawn Street.
Okay. Don't they call that Brixie?
No, that's Somerville.
Somerville? Okay.
Somerville. So Chew and Shout in Somerville. I started there, went to FD Pastoria School, and that's where everything begun. I mean, and the story I got is real deep. A lot of names I don't want to say because some of them is active. Some of them is still active.
Okay.
Meaning they lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Because I went over this 1,000 times and I was looking like, I'm going to give her everything that's going on and what I come from, but I don't want to incriminate or assassinate.
Right. That's
some
cool.
people. You
That's
know what
cool.
I mean?
I understand that. They're still out there doing their thing.
Yeah. Especially with me just studying what Draconian means. No, seriously. After understanding that language, I'm like, all right, be careful.
Got you. So growing up, what was it like? What was your lifestyle like?
Growing up for me was real poverty-stricken. It was real poor. It was real. It was the bottom, what they call the mud.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Living, my mother, she had 6 children, so it's 3 girls, 3 boys. Me being the baby boy of 6. You know what I mean?
So you was the baby.
Right.
Okay. Now, I know, me and you talked a little bit. Now, when did you start getting into the street?
I got into the street. Okay, here's the story.
Yeah,
all right, I'm gonna get into the story. I'm gonna tell you what drove me into the street.
Okay.
So, I was about, I'm gonna say 7, 8 years old.
Okay.
It was during Christmas time, around this time of the year. And I got it. Matter of fact, it was on Christmas Day.
Okay.
Right? I woke up. I came downstairs. I seen a tree. This was back when every house had real Christmas trees that we had to put water in the bottom of the tree.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it really smelled like pine and the thorns would stick you. I come down there. I run to the tree and I'm looking for presents and there was no presents for me.
Oh, wow.
Out of 6 kids, no presents. Everybody had bikes. They had stuff. I mean, it was no presents for me. And I was crushed. And I'm like, this can't be true.
Right.
So I went to my brothers and sisters like, are y'all playing like a joke on me? Or did mom not get me nothing?
Did anybody get anything in your family?
Yes, everybody.
Except you?
Except me.
Why was that? What do you think?
Boom. So I had to go to my mother for the answer.
Okay.
I went looking for my mother. I went upstairs. I asked my brother. She was like, she in the bathroom. I go upstairs. I find my mom, and she's in the bathroom crying. Wow. So I say to my mom, I said, what are you up here crying for? She said, because I didn't get you no gifts. I spent your money. And I told my mom that day, I said, Mom, stop crying. When you cry, it makes me cry.
Right.
And I don't want to see you cry over this stuff.
Okay.
Whatever you didn't get me, you didn't get me.
Right. So.
And from that day, I said, I'm going to get my own money.
Wow. So you started hustling and.
I burned it in my heart. I didn't stop hustling until 8 years ago. Hustling consumed every part of my life.
Okay.
I burnt that in my heart.
Okay. So from that lifestyle, that led you to where?
The lifestyle led me to prison. Was the end result.
And how long did you have to do?
In prison altogether, my life span of prison took about 23 years of my life.
Wow.
So I'm combining as an adult and as a juvenile. I'm combining it all together. Me personally, I'm going to say 23 to 24 years of my life incarcerated.
Wow. So you come out into the streets.
So I come out to the streets.
Okay.
I had a homie, you know what I'm saying? Which is his name is Donnie, you know what I mean? My man Don. I don't have no problem saying that. His brother, you know what I'm saying? I was watching them. So his brother was dealing with my sister. Her name was Pat.
Okay.
And that was my man, and that back then they was fly. I'm talking about, man, we Megan Design Alpinas, you know what I mean, Gucci's, Polos. They was fly back then.
Okay.
So that's all I ever knew was to get dressed, to be fly, you know what I'm saying? And make a long story short, I watched him put the work together. I watched him cook it up, you know what I mean? I watched things go down, and I was like, what is this?
Okay.
And when I found out that gets you money, he gave me my first bundle. I said, I need this.
Okay.
I need this to get my money. So it was as if once I burned something in my heart, the universe brought me what I burnt in my heart.
Okay.
Because I had no idea that he was doing it.
So this is after you come out of prison?
No, this is the beginning.
Or before?
I'm giving you the beginning of how I became in the street
So
life.
you went to prison for, what exactly was it for? Boosting?
All my life. No. All my life I went to prison for drugs and guns and drama.
Okay, so he gave you work, basically.
He gave me the work. He gave me the first work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old was you at that time?
I was about 12, 11, man.
12?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my mind was made up. All right, so I was a special kid. I was a special kid, and nobody understood that I was a special kid. So people might not notice, but let's be real. I was seeing, knowing, and comprehending what was going on as a kid.
Okay.
Like I saw those flaws in what was going on. I understood that.
Got you. Okay.
You know what I mean? I knew that I needed to do this.
Okay. So boom, you go to prison. Now when you come out.
All right, when you say go to prison, are you talking like from the juvie, or are you saying my whole instant in life?
Well, it was kind of broken up, you said,
yeah, it was broken up. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's stuff that led up to that. It'd take a whole session to tell you about
every single thing.
Prison life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because just to give it to you in sporadics, the same person that I loved dearly was my mother, who I burnt in my heart to get this paper, is the same person who sent me to prison.
Your mother sent you to prison?
Yeah, she told on us, man.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, what was the reason?
That's because she didn't want because I was getting shot, I was going through shootings. She thought her baby was going to die in the streets.
So she
couldn't raise a man.
So she thought by sending you to prison would save your life?
Would save my life.
Wow, that's deep.
No, but she took my life. She don't know how deep it was.
So that battle in prison you feel like it destructed your mind?
No, it didn't. It gave me a character. It gave me a character. It gave me information. It gave me education. It gave me a direction for myself. But what it took from me was my time.
Right, of course.
I didn't know.
You won't get that back.
You can't get it back. You can't call me a young boy now. I'm not a young boy. So I can't do young boy things. So success is a timing factor. So for me, looking at from when I was a kid till now, looking for that success core, I know now that most average kids from the time they born to maybe 25, 30, you could become a super duper gazillionaire, trillionaire, but you need that time to do it because that builds the momentum of your project.
Okay, so say if someone in your situation, is going through your situation that you previously went through, is going through that now. Say that person's going through that now, what you previously went through. I mean, what advice would you give them?
I would give them the same advice that I got from a 50-year-old lady in prison doing a program called Alternative to Violence. Gave me the best advice I ever heard in my life. And it was so simplistic. I would give that, and I always advocate that. Listen, young brother, You could be a hustler all you want. All you have to do is change your product.
I like that. Change your product.
Not you.
Yes.
I'm me. I'm a hustler. And that's who I was by nature. That's who I burned in my heart. I just had the wrong product.
Wow. That's deep. So is that, okay, so at the point you come out of prison, is that how you started your clothing line?
Yes. Well, the clothing line came into play because I was in the music industry for a long time. Okay. And it cost to be into the music industry. So I had to find out another way to and as I said, now when we was in it, we didn't have that idea of branding and marketing and all that.
Right.
As time changed, that became a major role inside of like the 360 deals and what was going on in the brand and the marketing, stuff like that. So this is how that plays a role.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so it's called Bank Roll.
Yeah, Boob Bank Rolls.
Boob Bank Rolls.
Since 1862.
Okay. And you gave me a package too.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna.
Are you? It's behind you.
Oh, so you gave me a package.
Right.
And this is the sweatshirt, y'all. So this is real nice. I like this.
Thank you.
It's clean. It's it's classic. It's a classic sweatshirt, and I like it. I like the color. I like the writing on it. And the quality is good too.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. This is dope. Now, how can anybody, like, if they want to purchase, support you?
www.cashoutKingsentertainment.com.
Okay, that's dope.
So you go in there, you go online. If you don't like what I got, there's a donate button just to help someone else younger that's injured. The money don't go to me. The donations don't go to me. It goes to help people that's injured.
Okay.
They don't have the money. But they like, yo, Boob, I want to do music. I want to get in the studio. Okay, these people has donated a bank account. Here, I have the money to help you.
Wow.
So that's what it's for. It's not for me. You're not gonna see me in no Bentley. Somebody donate. You're not. If you see me in the Bentleys because I work for it, it ain't gonna become somebody donated it to me. Every dime somebody donate goes to helping indigent people. So that's what it is. We're not a record label. We artist developers. We that's what Cash Out Kings Entertainment is.
Okay. So tell me about, why come you waited so long to tell your story?
Because two reasons. One, like I said, the people that is involved with it is real. They real street dudes, no fabrication stuff throughout the city. I'm talking throughout, Cali, Atlanta, Georgia, Chicago. These dudes I'm talking about, they move around the globe.
Okay.
Colombia, you know what I mean?
Okay.
They move around. You know what I mean? So they real, and it's like,
you didn't want to include them in the story.
No, not included. My thing is not to throw nobody under the bus for my life's tragedies. Like I knew the role that I played, so it's only on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I get that. But I still feel like, you could have still told your story without, you could have used, a fabrication of names, something.
Right.
You didn't have to use their real names. But I want to get to this. I want to get to this because you mentioned that you did some time with Wallow.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know Wallow 267.
Yeah, Wallow 267. That was my man.
Okay.
Like, I know of him.
You know
Wallow.
of him. Okay.
Yeah, I know of Wallow. And I was in the jail with Wallow, yes.
Okay, you mentioned that, he was doing his inspirational thing and you didn't want to come out and step on his toes.
Right. So what happened was, like, what happened was this. I got out of jail before Wallow. Right?
Okay.
And I have some videos on my YouTube page where, and I don't want nobody to seem like I was trying to be like Wallow or take his shine or be involved in that. But this is true facts. If you look at when Wallow come home and go back to when I dated, when I was posting my stuff, you'll see me doing those videos with meeting with people, talking with people, trying to bring them out and bring other entrepreneurs out and bring the connection thing together. But I dropped the ball. Then Wallow got out and he took off with it. Now, me and him never discussed, this is what I'm doing. I never seen his book of life. I never was in none of his business. But great minds think alike when you're incarcerated for such time.
Well, let me say this. This is what I want to say. Because you did mention you didn't want to step on his toes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. He can't reach everybody. We all can't reach everybody. And it may be a young boy out here that might look at Wallow and think, he's corny.
Okay.
He's whack. I can't relate to him. Even though he went to prison, that doesn't mean anything. But then that same young boy might look at you and may be able to relate to you and, be able to take something from your life story and change his life because your style is different. We're all different. It's like Sarah Lee is not worrying about Betty Crocker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They both still gonna push their product. And at the end of the day, it's not about stepping on anybody's toes. It's about telling your story because your story is still gonna be different from the next person.
So check this out. So I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying about this topic. Let me see if I still.
And what's the topic?
This is just a little receipt of something that I want you to understand that what I meant by when I talked to Wallow.
Well, I don't want to make this conversation about him.
No.
But I just want people to understand that don't worry about what the next person is doing because nobody can do it like you. We're all different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I feel like there's so many lives that you possibly could have saved that he may have not been able to save. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay because you're telling your story now.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Well, it's about, what I'm saying is about the style. The style of the way I was approaching it.
Okay.
I had approached it in a certain style. And then I dropped the ball. I dropped the ball. I let it go.
Okay.
And then he came home with that similar style and took off with it. And I didn't want to pursue that style no more, seeing that
I feel what you're saying.
my brother took off with it. Like I respect that. Is what I'm saying. So I said, I'm going to change my style.
Okay.
Because my brother got that platform. And I dropped the ball.
Okay. That's
what
cool.
I mean?
That's cool. I respect that all the way. So let me ask you, what made you want to change your life? You coming out of prison, what made you say, you know what?
My daughter.
Okay.
I got 3 daughters. You know what I mean? I've been married. I'm married. I got a wife. Michelle, I love them. I got 3 daughters, Savannah, Mackenzie, and Brittany.
Okay.
My oldest daughter, Brittany, she graduated from Temple University for marketing. Savannah,
congratulations, Brittany.
Thank you. Savannah, she graduated from Little Flower. And, she went off, and my baby girl, she's in Little Flower now.
Okay.
And Savannah, she, that's daddy's, all of them my girls.
Yeah.
But me and Savannah was, she
that's
was
the
different.
Youngest?
Middle. She's the middle.
Okay.
Mackenzie is the baby girl.
Okay.
But I changed my life for all my girls, but preferably Savannah personally. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, and I was like in jail and all the studying I did, all the knowledge I had, everything that was about me was all put together. But I had one question looming. Why was I in jail? Because I was always smart. See, the stories is...
Well, you were in jail because, you were poverty stricken.
Right,
so,
right.
I mean, that makes sense.
But I had another option. Now, see, here go the other part. My basketball game was A1 tight. I'm talking about Sonny Hill came to my house. If you know who Sonny Hill is. Sonny Hill came to my house to get me to play basketball. I should have been somewhere in the NBA.
But you didn't want to because your environment?
No, my mother did not want to buy the shorts back then. When you played basketball, football, your parents had to buy the equipment so you could be a part of it. She wouldn't buy the stuff and even let me go.
Let me ask you this.
So you see that?
Do you kind of, have a certain feeling or do you feel some type of way about your mother in a negative way?
Yeah, no. This is what happened. So when I was in the hole, I went to the hole, right, over something in prison, and I was thinking about my mother. And I came to this conclusion. I was like down there going through all my own psychology, crying and laughing at the same time, trying to figure it all out. And the one thing that I came through, because at first I said I hate my mother. Right?
See, that's what I was saying.
I did. So I know, but no, that was the wrong
Okay,
answer. Because
okay.
I heard a voice in my head saying, you don't. And you better not say that. So the voice in my head told me, you don't hate your mother, figure it out. So I kept trying to understand what this feeling was. And it was like, oh, no, I love my one and only mother.
Okay.
I don't like her ways. And I don't have to like her ways. I don't have to like anybody's ways. That don't mean I don't love you.
Got you.
I can love you as a person, but don't like how you deal.
Okay.
And that's all. I didn't like how she dealt with me.
So did you forgive her?
Of course, that's Mom Dukes. It's like I'm saying, it's no hate. That was the wrong word. Like that didn't even believe. Like when I said it wasn't even believable. Like the voice in my head was like, you don't even know what you're talking about. Like it was never believable. You know how some things you say you believe, but that wasn't even believable. So I was like still trying to figure out what am I feeling. And then it came to me with logical sense. Like you don't hate your mother. You love her to death. I really love my mother. Ever since I was a kid, that's what burned that desire in my heart to be better for her and us. But I don't like her ways because she didn't understand. I think she didn't understand, but she may have understood more than what I thought. But my young mind thought she didn't understand why I was doing what I was doing. And then coming from, as an adult now, I'm looking at my mother understood that this can cost me my life or take me out the game. So I had to weigh my options with what am I angry at?
Okay. So what did you figure out about yourself?
I'm angry at the ways of the world and
Wow.
the people that don't understand it.
Wow. That's really deep. The ways of the world. I mean,
And the people that don't understand it. Because it's not just the world that's messed up. If you don't understand it, you become messed up.
Yeah.
You know, and it don't matter. It don't pick and choose. It don't have a black or white. The energy don't have a race or a creed or denomination or anything. It exists. It is
Well,
what it is.
let me ask you, what do you think will help people to understand?
More, I think, and not just me, but all mankind, more teaching of the human behavior. For all mankind, more teaching of the human behavior. I believe more teaching of the human behavior. If you see somebody, you know they struggling, you know they can't do it, you know they trying to do it.
Help them out.
What's wrong? Now you don't have to help them, they can help themselves.
Okay.
Teach them how to help themselves. This is when you could differentiate who's really mentally ill and who can do it. Because a mental ill person, you cannot teach them how to help themselves. You have to help them.
Right. That's
So,
true.
but you could differentiate then.
Okay.
You see?
Okay. So, well, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
So you're in the hip hop culture now.
Yes.
Okay. So is there, it's changed drastically from when you were growing up.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What would you like see, change or,
I would like for Philadelphia in this music industry to stop putting a stigma to the art.
a stigma like what?
You don't have to be this real street bull for real to make music. Don't put that stigma to the art.
Yeah. Well, I think that concept comes from, what Jay-Z said many years ago. You can't talk about it if you ain't live it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
But that's...
But I feel what you're saying.
It was misinterpreted, though. That was misinterpreted. But
so
I get it, though. Yeah, no,
people
you're right.
took it and ran with it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And, now it's just something that just somebody has to break the cycle.
Well, let me give you real quick. It's deeper than what that statement is. Hip hop was a culture. Back then, our culture wasn't prevalent with crime. Today, this is our culture, and our culture is prevalent with crime. So it's bigger than Jay-Z saying if you didn't talk about it, you didn't live. No, I just want to give you. I wanted to give you a more.
Okay, educate us. Go ahead.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that statement exists. It holds weight because it exists, but that's not the problem. It's the culture.
Okay.
So we talked about what we lived. Back then he was a drug dealer. Back then we was drug dealers. We talked about it because we lived it.
Yeah.
So now we gangsters. They gangsters. The generation, they gangsters. They shoot. So they talk about it because they live it. So every culture, every level of life has its own realm of reality, and that's what people talk about.
So how are we going to elevate and break that cycle of destruction?
We can elevate and break that cycle of culture by acceptance. Just accept me for my art.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Do you think that we should take, because, different blocks got their little cliques and whatever, gangs or whatever.
Yeah.
If maybe sitting them in the same room.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
No?
It's too much bad blood. You can't put us in this room with all this bad
blood. Well, listen. I've seen, something. I'm a YouTube watcher, but
okay.
It was done in Chicago, actually. And this news reporter, she went in and she had, different cliques or gangs or whatever, and it was in one room. And, they kind of talked about, not saying you're going to be friends afterwards.
Right.
I'm not saying that. But try to come to some type of understanding, like, what is the root of it? Because at some point, it has to die down.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying? So
no,
it's like, what is it going to take? And I feel like sometimes, maybe you're right. Sitting in the same room is not going.
And guess what?
You're right.
You could bring these guys in the room and they can act this scene out.
I just mentioned that because I've seen it done. So
it's good.
But yeah.
Well, I'm just giving you Philly. I'm giving you Philly, Philadelphia, and I'm being like totally honest with you when I'm saying what I'm saying. And Philly, when you really a bull, you're not sitting down with none of these dudes.
Right.
Them dudes, that's them dudes. That's who they are.
Okay.
You can't bring a bull. Let me tell you, the only time you can bring Philly together is if you take all them jokers and put them somewhere else. Take 10 Philly dudes that hate each other and send them to Iraq. They will be the best of friends.
Wow.
They will survive.
Wow.
They will stay because they know the cost of life. It come with a price. They know the cost. You bring them back here and put them back and let them die down, they're going to hate each other the fuck tomorrow.
Wow.
Because they go right back into the energy, the synergy of where they exist.
Okay. Are you out here, talking to the youth? Like, what do you...
Every chance I get, I only reach one at a time. I don't search for people. I allow them to come.
To come to you.
And I give it to them. I give it to them raw. When they come and I find out you like me, I lay it on you.
Yeah.
And then you get it. You might even stay away. You might not like me after I lay it on you. But I know I laid it on you.
Right.
And you gonna thank me later. You'll thank me later. But I take every opportunity to burn these kids' heads. Like I'm telling you, youngin'. And I ain't cutting no punches. You can even try to fight me. Cause I can rumble a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. Look, my neighborhood, let me tell you a quick story. My neighborhood think I'm one of the punkest niggas around. Because
Really?
I never hurt nobody in my neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
But my neighborhood hurt me. But I had a reason for that. I played the game like the game was to be played. My old head said, dog, you don't shit where you sleep at. That's what they told me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I never hurt nobody in my own neighborhood.
That don't make sense. Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's where we supposed to be eating at.
Right. That's when you
can't
rush your
understand
head.
how they hurt me. Shoot
deep.
me, shot, all types of shit. Ridicule, talk behind my back. And all I ever gave them Jews was love. Some of them I showed them the game. Some of them I put money in their pocket. Some of them they call me, I'm coming. Late night, leaving my wife. All types of shit. I'm there for you. Boob Bank Roll. Bankrolls, here I come. If I can do it.
Right.
In return, they'll tell you he a pussy, he a bitch, he ain't this, he ain't that. And then later on when you get with me and never see none of the stuff they say, they never clear the air like, yo, we just... And this is something that a guy told me. He said, people who do that, it's not that they mad at you or they don't like you. They get famous by talking about you.
Oh, wow.
They need to talk about you so people can listen to them. Because other than that, what they talking about?
They don't have nothing. You don't have no story. They don't have, yeah.
So my perspective changed. Like, You know, but now here to go. The dude that gave me that, I don't know him from a can of paint. The wisdom and the things that came to me came from people I don't know of from a can of paint.
It's usually like that.
This interview with you, I got here through you from James Whitehead, which is my great dear friend.
Yeah.
Right?
Shout out to James.
Shout out to James. I met him. He was in the club listening to dudes talk behind my back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He didn't realize he needed to tell me till he saw everything they said was wrong. He called me, I was there. He go to the club, he over drink, make sure he get home. A lot of nothing but good. Now James call my phone every morning and can get substance.
Wow.
So it's like, yo, it's impossible for them dudes to be not like this bull the way they was talking about this bull. See that psychological thing that he got to deal with now?
Yeah.
He heard something in his head, but he learned something else in his head. Now his head is battling with two different ideas about me.
Yeah.
The only one I can make win is if I continue to feed the love.
Right. And give him a positive perspective.
It's got to win. I got to fill that up to make it bigger.
Of you, yeah.
Of me.
Yep.
And that's what life. That's what that's about.
Yep. Absolutely. Wow. So what is your message today? What do you want people to know?
So the message today is, man, I
you?
want people to know that I exist.
Okay.
Because during all that time, this generation is different. They don't know who I am. They don't know where I come from. They don't know nothing about me. I just want them to know I exist. I'm a good bull. Take all the stigmas you think about Philly and the life and just know, like, yo, Boob Bank Rolls, I like this dude. I want to try this dude. His music is different. His clothes is he's different.
Okay.
And I don't want to get in nobody's lane, because if I'm different, that means my lane is clear.
Right. Okay. So your music, they can, stream it.
Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, wherever all the latest streaming platforms is at. My music is there. YouTube, if you like YouTube, it's on YouTube. I also got a podcast too called Sidewalk Therapy.
And what is Sidewalk Therapy about?
Sidewalk Therapy is about you. It's about what you feel straight from the sidewalk. You come on here, let's talk. This is therapeutic. This is very therapeutic for me. So it's Sidewalk Therapy. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah. It's on Apple. You can download Apple Music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's out there.
Okay. That's for anybody that, want to talk about whatever.
Whatever. Just call me up.
Are.
Yeah, just call me up. Yeah.
That's dope. You know what? To have you, you've been through a lot during your life, and to see that you're out here, you got the clothing line, you're doing a lot, and you're helping the youth. You got this therapeutic podcast. This is good. This is what people need, Yes. So I could, commend you, and you're doing great.
Thank you. So are you.
Glad.
Thanks for having me here.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful setup. I like it. Like I said, I truly appreciate you having me here today.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. So, anywhere they can find you on, social media, you want to shout that out?
The Town 215 Philly is my Instagram.
Okay.
Cash Out Kings Entertainment is for my Facebook, my Twitter, those are the networks that I work off. I think those are the most popular networks.
Okay.
I mean, TikTok is taking off, but they got a lot of problems with it. I'm watching it on China and stuff like that, what they're going through.
Okay.
So, I mean, I try to stay away from stuff that has like cross ideas with it,
Yeah.
You're going to get the kids in your country something different and tell my country that we only can get this through the metadata. I mean, I don't like that.
Oh, wow. I don't even follow
it. But it's important because it's psychologically embedding your kids with just seeing guns, crimes, women, and soft clothes. And then you in your country showing nothing but zoos, education, math problems.
Okay.
So
I have to look into that.
Yeah, so if they doing that with TikTok, it's not for me.
Got you.
I like a straight up platform. Like Instagram, you get what you get. Facebook, you get what you get. Twitter, you get what you get. You know what I mean? You just free. It's a free dynamic range platform.
Okay. All right. Well, Bankroll, thank you so much for coming through.
For sure.
And anytime you are welcome. So
for sure. Listen, this is what I want to say, right? When I do these big projects, And because I got a lot of stuff coming up. And when things really start to steamrolling, I'm going to make you a home place for release.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I'm going to do my best to...
That's love. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, that's how it go.
Yes.
So it's like like I seen Mike Tyson. He said, never forget to go home with who you came to dinner with.
Oh, wow.
So I like that by Mike Tyson.
Wow.
So it's like, yo, okay, I came, like, you are one of the first of many, besides, you the second. The first guy who did an interview with me, his name was King Erner.
Okay.
King Erner, he's big on social media right now. I'm talking about like, you know, everybody know him on YouTube. He's on YouTube, Instagram, social media. King Erner. I shout out to King Erner, man, for having me on this platform. You know what I'm saying? He you know, keeping the honor intact. I gotta give him that.
Okay.
Then it was another guy named something shady. I forget his name. He had you know, I sponsored one of his platform, and he put up my video because I have some videos and stuff that I shot.
Yeah, I seen your content on YouTube. You have some great content. I see that you put a lot of work ethic into it. It looks good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And these guys, and then now you. So it's two guys and one female. So the universe has balanced itself out.
Yep.
This is a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate
Shout out to us ladies.
Talk, yes. Y'all fought for that, right? Yes, I'm with it. I'm all in.
That's what's up. All right.
Yep.
Okay, well, make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel and it's StelVanInspired.com.
What she said.